Hello there, Libra. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of April the 25th through May Day. So I am going to be pulling one card for each day. That'll give us the highlights. And then after that, I'll pull one card for each day. That'll give us the highlights for each day. It may even give us a theme for the week. We'll see. Sometimes a theme shows up, sometimes it doesn't. And what you guys need to know about this is a collective reading, which means that what I'm pulling here, not everything is going to apply to every single Libra. However, most of it will apply to most of you. I feel like my teeth are pink. Hate it when that happens. Much better when they look white. All right, so let's put down some cards. While I'm putting your cards down, just a little reminder, if you want a reading where I'm looking at your energy and your energy only, then what you want to do is you want to schedule a private reading with me. All my contact information is listed on my website at the top of my head. Feel free to reach out to me there. Was that two cards? Nope, that was only one. Okay. Thought we had two cards fall on Thursday, but it was not. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with Saturday, and so we're going to look at the cards for the weekend, and then after that, we'll tackle the rest of the week. So Saturday, what we have coming up, Libra, is we start with the Nine of Swords. Not really my favorite. We'll talk about it in a second. And then we have the Five of Swords on Sunday. So our Nine of Swords on Saturday just tells me that there's something that you're stressing out about, Libras. Very likely that you're overthinking this too. But when we're having like Nine of Swords kind of stress, usually we're stressing out about something that we really don't influence or control anyway. So, good thing to do there is to see about if there's anything else you can do to influence this situation, or have you done everything you can? Usually, when we're hitting this stress level, we have already done everything we can. And that's kind of why we're stressed, because we can't control the outcome. So once you've done everything that you know you can to make this outcome as good as it can possibly be, the next thing that you have to kind of do for your own sanity is step back and let the cookie crumble the way that it may, and have to recognize that, you know, whatever happens is going to be whatever happens, and you can go from there, adjust from there. But carrying around the stress as you're waiting to see what the outcome is not good for our bodies. This can overload our bodies. It can show up in dis-ease or illness. And so we want to really try to be realistic about whatever the situation is. And if we've done everything we can to make sure it's as good as it can possibly be, now we need to step back and let it do what it needs to do. Okay? So that's what we have coming up on Saturday. That's your advice for that, is to step back and let it go. But if you don't step back and let it go, then the energy shows you really stressing out to the point that you might make yourself not feel so good, literally. Let's see what we have for Sunday with this Five of Swords. I actually like this coming in behind the Nine of Swords, because Five of Swords talks to me about this idea that we're coming to some kind of an acceptance of something. We're coming to peace with something. We're coming to terms with something, basically. So for me, that Five of Swords, when it shows up in reverse, at least the way it's coming in for your particular reading, this is saying that, there's been something that you've been fighting, that you've been, trying to change. And maybe it's another person. That's kind of the most common human experience of trying to change something, but nothing gives. And so the Five of Swords says, I've realized that no matter what I do, I can't change this other person. And so now you're kind of coming to peace with that. And it's really empowering when we come to peace with that, because now we realize, okay, well, I need to make any decisions around this situation or this person based on what's actually happening, not based on what I think I can make happen. So there's a certain kind of peacefulness, there's a certain kind of empowerment, because now you're not like stuck in this struggle of trying to make something happen that really isn't up to you. So when we have that kind of empowerment, we get to decide what to do with the situation in a way that's rational and sane, that makes sense, that doesn't keep us spinning in circles or stressing out. So, very glad to actually see that card come up for Sunday. I think I've got, how did I get more pink on my teeth? I don't know, but I did. Pretty sad when the camera's your best mirror. Okay, obviously I didn't look in the mirror before I turned on the camera. I apologize. We're going to go through the week now, starting with Monday. And then we'll come back and talk about these cards some more. But Monday, we've got the Eight of Coins. Tuesday, whoop, whoop, we've got the Devil in reverse. I like him in reverse. I think that's a great thing. May not be an easy thing, but it's a great thing. Wednesday, Nine of Clubs. Thursday, oh, look at that. You go from a 9 to a 10 of clubs. And Friday, 3 of coins in reverse. Okay, so let's just start with Monday. Monday, we have the 8 of coins showing up here. This talks about getting something accomplished, getting some work done. This can talk about being at work. It can talk about self-work. It can talk about volunteer work or some kind of job that you had planned around the house. But some kind of work is definitely getting done, and it's getting done by you on Monday, okay? So, Tuesday, Devil card in reverse, whoop, whoop. This is a card that says that some kind of fear that was pulling your strings before and influencing how you behaved in a particular situation is no longer able to pull your strings, or at least it's not today. You know that saying, not today, Satan? You could literally apply that to this card. When it comes up in reverse, this is basically saying you're not letting Satan interfere with you by causing you to fear things and thus make you make decisions or influence you to make decisions that are not in your best interest or anybody else's. Okay, so something where the devil, where negative energy, where fear had control over you and would normally help you or influence you in making decisions around that situation. Not today. You're not making decisions based on fear today. That's just not happening, man. We like it. Now, let's look at Wednesday. Are my teeth pink again? Good. Okay. 9 of clubs. Coming up here. 9 of clubs talks about this idea of getting ready for something, making preparations. And it's interesting because we have the 10 of clubs the very next day. This makes me wonder if you're not getting ready for some kind of interview, if you're not getting ready to pop the question, if you're not getting ready, for something that has to do with picking up some new responsibilities. All right, maybe you're getting ready to make a presentation to the boss so that you can get a raise. All right, or a promotion, more likely promotion than raise. So there's something definitely that you're preparing for on Wednesday. I'm just guessing and throwing examples out there. That does not have to be what it is. But Thursday, we've got the 10 of clubs. And the 10 of clubs talks about picking up some new responsibility. This can be literally a promotion. This can be starting a new job. This could be coming into some type of committed relationship with somebody else. And usually with the 10 of wands or 10 of clubs, it's not a heavy duty relationship. Like you're not moving in together. You're just maybe agreeing to be exclusive at this point when the 10 of clubs shows up. So that could be happening, but you're picking up some kind of responsibilities today. That's Thursday. Now, Friday, 3 of coins in reverse. The first thing that I heard when I touched this card the first time was canceled plans. So you actually may even be the person who's canceling the plans. I usually don't pick that up when I'm doing a reading. Usually it's the other person. I feel like you may be canceling plans. I think that you're considering some kind of collaboration that you're doing with somebody, and you're kind of second guessing it. And I think that you're deciding. I just feel like you're deciding that it's a waste of time. Now there might be a small percentage of you, like 3%, that you're just not feeling good. And so you're canceling plans. But for most of you, you're just feeling like this is just a waste of time. Let me cancel those plans and let me use my time more productively on Friday. Okay? So that's what we have for the week, Libras. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate y'all so much. And of course, I will be reading for some of you here this week online, but the rest of you, I'll see back on the next video. Peace out.